you. I gotta keep myself fit. I may not be crazy popular yet, but I am an idol, you know. You know, I had to run away from home to become an idol. And my dad will never approve of it if I don't give it my all. In the previous world, I learned how important dance really is, and even more so in times like these. When I told them I wanted to be an idol, well, my dad was furious. He was so convinced I just wanted to run away from traditional dance. It's not true, though. I became an idol because I fell in love with Ivy's music. I want to be good enough to perform on the grand stage. I want my dad to finally understand why I dance. And when that time comes, you're gonna come see us perform. Thanks! I'll have a spot reserved just for you in the official VIP seats. Well, we have to do something about the state of the world before I start planning the victory concert. The iHina stars are counting on you. I can hear the intro tape already.
Sorry it took me so long to get us a car. The chief should be back by now. I'll take you to her at once.
I guess being able to use a car like this is a privilege just for Gyps. A lot of roads are blocked off.
Yes, Gyps is restricting traffic across the city.
I feel like it's been forever since we were here.
Brings back memories. Except for that clock. That clock definitely looks different than I remember. All right. The whole Gyps organization is different.
It's certainly changed from the previous world. This world's Gyps branches have been unified under Chief Miyako Hotsuin, after all. And she does things a little different from Chief Yamato Hotsuin.
Thank you for coming, Miss Sato.
Chief Hotsuin, I brought the tamers from earlier to see you.
Yes, thank you for coming, all of you. Things were rather rushed earlier. I never got a proper chance to introduce myself. I am Miyako Hotsuin, Chief of Gyps. It is a pleasure making your acquaintance. Thank you. Where? There's no need. I've already received reports on each of you. To point, you are Ionita, correct? Gyps extends a welcome to you all.
Huh? That easy? We thank you for your hospitality, Chief.
There's no need for formalities. From your battle with Denebulin, I can tell you're very talented demon tamers. We always welcome talent here. You're right. Yamato always had a thing for talented people. That's another thing you two have in common. Are you sure you aren't related to Yamato? Yamato, You've mentioned that name a number of times. Whom are you speaking of? He's the Chief of Gyps. In the previous world, that is. What do you mean by previous world? Well, the world we used to live in. I mean, you may not believe this, but we regressed the world once. Regressed the world? Yes. You see, in the previous world, mankind was faced with a calamity, a crisis of extinction. We were invaded by the administrator known as Polaris, and her servants, the Septentriones. The chief of Gyps in that world was Yamato Hotsuin. We worked together with Gyps to defeat the Septentriones and Polaris. And we left El Psyduke in control of the Akashic Record to regress the world. Oh, his real name is Alcor, though. He's the one who passed on the rituals for demon summoning to the Hotsuin family, who could already control the Dragon Stream.
Yeah, what she said, and we were all there. We all fought the administrator in the previous world before coming to this one. So, this isn't our first time on this ride. And now you think we're crazy.
I see. So there was another world before this one. A world that pursued a different history altogether. Quite intriguing.
Wait, you actually believe all this?
Yes. You must understand. Earlier today, a being of the Triangulum appeared. That seems to run the most common sense. Another few anomalies on top of that certainly wouldn't perturb me.
Wow, I can get on board with this new chief. You're much easier to talk to than Yamato. Thanks, Miyako-chan.
Miyako-chan? If you please, refrain from referring to me so casually.
Oh, sorry about that.
Back to this Yamato Hotsuin individual. I have never heard of such a name within Gyps or the Hotsuin family. Not even in your family. It's not very likely he's simply not involved with Gyps. Well, at the very least, I have no knowledge of a Yamato anywhere in the history of my family. I will contact my relatives just to be certain, but the answer will likely be the same. I'm not sure how to respond to that accusation. I am Miyako Hotsuin, and no one else. As far as I'm aware, your Yamato Hotsuin does not exist in this world. What? Did he disappear when we regressed the world? But how? Why? Did we create a reality where Yamato doesn't exist? How is that possible? But is that why Psyduke hasn't appeared in this world either? Ah, yes. About this El Psyduke character. I have never encountered him either. Then... However, there is a story shared amongst the Hotsuin family that describes such an individual. A being that appeared to my ancestors and passed down the gift of summoning demons. Perhaps that being is the El Psyduke you speak of. I had brushed off such a story as mere legend. I certainly hadn't thought such an individual would exist. That's him! That being is Psyduke! Phew! At least that means he exists in this world. Somehow. Can't your agents look for him? Unfortunately, no. According to the Hotsuin family's legend, he is an inhuman being that is beyond our control. Even Gyps lacks the means to track down one such as him. So we're back to no Yamato and no Psyduke. But if Yamato doesn't exist in this world, is it possible that others may have disappeared too? You're right. What about everyone else?
What others are you referring to?
Our friends. The people we fought alongside in the previous world. Besides us, and the people in Gyps, they're Ronaldo Kuriki, Junko Torii, Keita Wakui, and Yuzuru Akie, who tends to go by Joe. Please, would you help us find them?
Are these individuals also demon tamers?
Yes. If they exist in this world too, then I believe they're already demon tamers. They helped us defeat the Administrator.
Then I see no reason to decline. I'll divert some resources to tracking them down. And I'll do what I can regarding Al Saiduk and this Yamato Hotsui person.
Thank you. Please find our friends.
I will do everything within my power. But please do not get your hopes up in regards to Saiduk and Yamato Hotsui. Now then, there's something I'd like to discuss with you all. It is in relation to the crisis that came upon mankind in this previous world you speak of. At this moment, the world is faced with an extremely similar challenge. This time, the invasion of the Triangulum.
Oh, right. The Triangulum. We wanted to ask about that, too.
I would only assume so. I will certainly share the intel that Gyps has gathered in regards to the Triangulum. Allow me to begin. This world is under threat by creatures known as the Triangulum. They are led by the Administrator Arcturus. It is accompanied by two others, Denebula and Spica. These three beings are the invading force.
Spica, Denebula, Arcturus. They're stars, the spring triangle. Those are three stars that appear in the night sky, but only during spring, right? That's right. I'm surprised you knew that, Io. If stars are involved, then maybe these invaders are related to the Septentriones. Arcturus can become a pole star, so maybe it's just like Polaris.
The Triangulum's objective is the annihilation of mankind. Modern weapons have no effect on them. Only Gyps, with our ability to launch spiritual attacks, can stand up to them. We've made preparations over the centuries to be ready for the Triangulum. That includes training demon tamers and constructing towers which form a barrier to protect this country. I hope this will impart unto you the severity of the Triangulum threat. If we are defeated, mankind will surely perish. That is why, in order to save this world, I ask for your cooperation. Indeed, I have received a comprehensive report from my staff about the demon summoning application. Shortly after Denebula's appearance, I was informed that the summoning app we make use of was being distributed among civilians. As demon tamers, you all make use of this demon summoning application, am I correct?
Yeah?
And you are clearly powerful enough to subjugate even Denebula. That is why I must insist that you cooperate with Gyps from this point forward. Thank you.
We have to deal with the Triangulum anyway. Fighting alongside Gyps would be much better. Plus, if we stick with Gyps, we can use the terminals and find everyone else.
I see you know about the terminals as well. Your claims of a previous world are becoming more and more credible. After all, even among Gyps, only a select few know about the terminal network. Miss Kano is currently making updates to the network at our Osaka headquarters. It should be online by tomorrow.
Oh, right. Fumi's in Osaka.
Indeed. She is performing anti-triangulum research and making final adjustments on the terminals. Which is why you cannot see her now,
unfortunately. Her work should let up sometime tomorrow afternoon. In any case, I have had quarters prepared for each of you. Please, stay here from today onwards. Now that demons roam the streets freely, there is no safer location than a gyps branch.
What about our families?
No need to concern yourself. Your families will be kept under gyps protection. That's the least I can do in return for your cooperation.
Thank you!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have some matters to attend to. Misako, I'll leave the rest to you.
Understood. Well, this is the gyps of this world. Gyps after the regression. Chief Yamato Hotsuin has been replaced by the new chief, Miyako Hotsuin. And we must fight the Triangulum now, not the Septentriones.
Gyps is different too. There's so much about this world that's not the same as before. But the biggest issue is that Yamato's simply gone. We don't know for sure that he's gone. Maybe he's just living a life that has nothing to do with gyps. If he's out there, we'll find him.
Right. Yeah, I shouldn't just assume that.
Yeah, let's stay positive. He is alive. Somewhere. We need to find Psyduke and the others, too. They're all here in this world. They have to be.
I agree, but for the time being, options are limited. Our primary focus must be reuniting with our comrades in arms, including Psyduke and Chief Yamato Hotsuin. All the while, we must protect this world from the threat of the Triangulum.
You're right. We need to focus on the Triangulum. At least now we have gyps helping us out. Even though we still don't have much of a grasp on what's going on, at least we made some progress, right? And that Miyako-chan seems nice, right? Very understanding. And she believed us, too. I like that about her.
That definitely all went smoothly.
True, but it caught me a bit by surprise. I didn't expect her to just believe us. It's like it's all going too smoothly, too easily.
Well, she is the chief of gyps. Maybe she's just more accepting of weird things like this. Our story's certainly not any weirder than this Triangulum stuff.
I guess you're right.
Either way, it may take some time to find the rest of our friends. Your rooms are ready and I'll make sure food is sent up. Get some sleep tonight. You guys earned it.
Aramachi used to be so beautiful. Hina and I worked so hard to prepare for our show. But we really shouldn't be performing or writing music when the world's falling apart like this. Hey, what do you think's gonna happen? Yeah. We can't count on anybody else to stand up and fight. The fate of this world depends on us. I bet there'll be more like Denebola. If others do appear... Of course we will. Denebola was a pushover. We can take whatever they throw at us. I'll never let them do this again. Never! Oh, sorry. I got a little caught up there. I think that cheered me up, though. Thanks. What are you, stupid? I wasn't your little sister in the last world, and I'm sure as hell not your little sister now. Why do you always dodge the subject like this? Well, I've got to go anyways. I want to look around here some more.
Then demolish that old facility and secure grounds for combat. Lure out the demons to that area, surround them, and eliminate them all.
But there are a few survivors inside the facility. Are we going to abandon them?
It's unfortunate, but we have no choice. There's nothing we can do for them. The handful of survivors left inside are not worth the lives of the entire shelter that stands in the demon's path.
Gyps is supposed to protect mankind. How can we decide who lives and who dies?
We make these decisions because we are mankind's protectors. Please consider this discussion resolved. Even as we speak, the demons are closing in. Commence the operation at once.
Yes, ma'am.
These agents must learn to keep their emotions separate from their judgment. Huh? So, you heard. I do not take kindly to eavesdroppers. I admit, I'm slightly surprised that you're not getting worked up over my orders just now. I'm not sure if that's some cold ideology, a general lack of empathy, or something in between. But if you intend to continue fighting alongside Gyps, there's something I'd like you to keep in mind. Sometimes you must sacrifice the few to save the many. As Gyps, this is the best we can do. I'm glad you are able to comprehend so quickly. I simply believe that every human life, all human lives, have equal value. In this time of chaos, so many lives are at risk. There is only one ideal course of action we can take. Whatever choice saves the most lives is the correct one. That's all there is to it. In considering worth, numbers are a logical criterion, free of subjectivity. In order to save as many lives as we possibly can, we have no choice but to sacrifice the few. As can be expected from someone who saw the devastation of the Septentriones, one who fought Polaris and survived. Considering your ample intelligence, surely you understand the importance of the choices we must make. You will likely find yourself pressed with such a decision one day. When that time comes, please, don't let me down. Well then, I should be going. Please, Miss Mita, there's no need to worry about it. Well then, if you'll excuse me.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Me? I'm okay. I wanted to thank Miss Miyako for protecting my family. I never want to lose them ever again. Since my parents are safe this time, I can fight even harder. I won't lose anybody. But, by the way, what do you think about Miss Miyako? So someone like Miss Miyako is the kind of girl you... Huh? I mean, yes, I think Miss Miyako is rather pretty as well. She seems like a very kind person. I mean, she went out of her way to think about our parents. And with all the things Gyps is doing to help now, it seems like she's really commanding them with the people in mind. Although, there is something bothering me. Well, I feel like Chief Hotsuin isn't even looking at us. Not really. Okay, when we first met Chief Hotsuin... Oh, I mean Yamato. Anyways, it always felt like he was appraising us and judging our ability. I mean, they aren't the same person, of course, so it makes sense they'd be different. It's just, I have this feeling, like Miss Miyako isn't even watching us. Her eyes are always somewhere distant. I know there's no use worrying about it, but still. I wonder if Miss Miyako has a ton of contingency plans on her mind, like Yamato did. Maybe that's why she doesn't have time to worry about us. I'm sorry. I know it's pointless to be troubled by this. What's important is that we keep doing the very best we can. Well, I'll see you later.
Whoa! Hey now! Oh, it's just you. Jeez, dude, don't scare me like that. What are you, freaking 5 years old? So, anyways, what's up? You need something? I wasn't. I swear. I haven't even gotten to the pervy parts yet. Oh, what the hell am I saying? I never think of pervy stuff. Ever. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I was just thinking, you know, platonically, about how, well, having a girl chief is not so bad. So, hey, what do you think about her? You think so too, huh? I mean, she's younger than us, but she is definitely mature for her age. She's so reliable, and trustworthy, and confident. I could easily entrust my body and soul to such a girl. Ah, Miyako-chan. So adorable. She can be the chief of my heart anytime she likes. Hey, that has a nice ring to it. Huh? Me? Over EO? Yeah, don't be crazy. I'll never be over EO. She's like above chief of my heart. She's chief of everything. But hey, a guy can dream, can't he? Besides, there's nothing wrong with a confident gentleman such as myself idolizing two lovely ladies. Am I right? I mean, hey, it's not like I have a girlfriend, right? Heck, I probably never will. It's times like these we gotta use our gift of imagination. We have to let our dreams take flight, man. See, this is why we're bros. We see things the same way, you and I. Come on, man, take my hand. Together, we'll fly into the world of imagination. What the hell am I talking about? Maybe I should stop talking before I say something embarrassing. I'm feeling kind of bushed anyways. I'm gonna head out now. Laters. Oh, you scared me. Sorry, I guess I'm a little distracted. I was just thinking about what Miyako-chan told us. I mean, we all agreed to help out, but have you stopped to actually think this through? The Triangulum are attacking, and the Void's closing in all around us. We went through so much to defeat Polaris, but the world still ended up like this. Right? I guess complaining won't solve anything. And hey, at the very least, this new chief of Gyps is kinda cute, right?
Ah, the two of you are here.
Whoa! Hey, Miyako-chan!
Miyako-chan, I believe I requested that you not refer to me as such. No one has ever addressed me in such a manner. It feels rather unnatural.
There's a first time for everything. I mean, hey, you are younger than us, right?
I am 17, so I suppose that is accurate, but nonetheless.
Then Miyako-chan it is.
I have no reason to forbid you from using such informalities, but it is rather embarrassing. No matter. We can discuss it later. That aside, it seemed as though you were having a rather serious conversation. What about?
Oh, we were just talking about the Triangulum. Things are gonna get pretty tough. That reminds me, how far has the Void spread? I mean, how much of the world is still safe?
Well, in a crisis like this, there are hardly any areas that can be classified as safe. Even where the Void is kept at bay, demon attacks are increasing steadily. There is no reason to hide the truth. The Void has already devoured an extremely vast amount of territory. Just hours after Denebula's appearance, Shikoku vanished. Soon afterwards, we lost contact with our branches of Beku, Sakura, and Fukura. Only moments ago, I received reports that Kyushu and Hokkaido were taken as well, along with their towers. Yes, it is spreading at a truly terrifying rate. And currently, aside from Tokyo, We only have contact with two cities, Osaka and Nagano.
You can't be serious. It hasn't even been a day since the first of the Triangulum appeared. When the Septentriones invaded, we still had Fukuoka and Sapporo at least. It's all happening so much faster this time. This is really bad.
I know nothing of the Septentriones, but I can say that the rate of the Void's encroachment is dire. There's no time to mourn our losses just yet. That threat is why we are restricting information. The last thing we need is the public falling into mass hysteria. Indeed. At the moment, any number not registered with the JIP's base station has been cut off. Most of the infrastructure is offline anyway. Many base stations have been swallowed by the Void. Nevertheless, we are blocking calls on our end as well. We've also had to restrict transportation in order to keep civilians from entering areas already taken by the Void.
Oh man, this keeps getting worse.
Indeed.
Chief Hotsui, we've lost another sector to the Void.
I need a full report on the scale of our losses and its impact. Well then, I must return to my duties. Please excuse me.
What are we gonna do? Definitely, the world's in danger. Again, this time from the Triangulum. We gotta find everyone else, everyone we fought alongside in the previous world. Plus, we need to figure out why Yamato isn't here, and why Saidug isn't descending from the sky to help us. Not to mention, finding out why the world turned out this way. Is the reason the same as before? Mankind lost its potential? Or did something else happen? That's all we can do right now. That's what we have to do. Tomorrow's a new day, my friend. We just have to keep on going.